because it's a really challenging time, right? For me, this is a moment that I never could have imagined growing up. I'm the granddaughter of Holocaust survivors. I grew up at a time in which America felt really safe for Jews. The vision my grandparents had coming here, surviving the Holocaust, coming here as refugees. We were living that, and it feels like that has been lost. And I know that wasn't true for every community in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up. And so it can be really easy to sort of fall down the rabbit hole of depression and myopia and feeling like that redemption arc isn't necessarily possible. And for me, I've been trying to step back and think about, particularly this week, how remarkable it is that in 2 generations, my family has gone from 2 immigrants and refugees who survived the unthinkable. Their entire families were wiped out. They came here in hopes of a better life. They had my parents who lived a better life than their parents did. They were both retired New York City public school teachers. Proud U of T members. Randy was their local union leader when they were teaching in New York City public schools, and so getting to be here with both Sharon and Randy is a particular treat. And I am now running a national Jewish organization that was founded 80 years ago in 1944 when my parents were still in Europe, my grandparents were still in Europe trying to come here in hopes of a better life. And I'm here at the Democratic Convention talking about how we fight anti-Semitism with a Jewish second gentleman who took to the stage a couple nights ago, proudly embracing not just the fight against anti-Semitism, but Jewish joy and Jewish identity in a way that none of us have ever seen on a political stage like that from someone in the highest possible ranks of our politics and our government right now. And so stepping back and looking at that longer arc, the last 80 years in particular, gives me the hope and I think the fuel I need in this moment to then say, here is what is at stake this year. And we can talk about Project 2025 already, right? Project 2025 is intentionally designed to bring us back, not just 80 years, like 160 years, 200 years, back to the dark ages. Everything from assaults on public education and what we can learn, how we learn from our history, not just undercutting public education and disrespecting our teachers, but actually saying we can't learn from that dark history, the book bans, the curriculum bans, immigrants, right? Mass deportation, banning asylum seekers, the very people who all of us are here because our ancestors were. The racism that's embedded in it, the extremism that is embedded in it on every possible level, from reproductive rights to climate, to education, to business, to the economy. And so stepping back and understanding that long arc and how far we've come in the 2 generations of my own family that came before me, and then realizing what's at stake this election if we don't fight with everything we have against the policies and the values that are at odds with our own safety, with our own history, is I think what's getting me through and helping me and the entirety of folks who are working on these issues, not just in the Jewish community, but more broadly, to move forward.